Okay, so in this video, I'm gonna share with you the #1 secret to be successful in this business. Okay, so in this video, I'm gonna share with you the #1 secret to be successful in this business. You may not think about it when you're starting out, but the more and more I do this in this business, I find out that it's the key ingredients to be successful in this business. And it is to learn how to add value to whoever you are working with. So again, I'm going to write it down. So what do I mean by adding value? So it starts with the seller. You need to find out and learn how you can add value to a seller. A seller that will need to sell at a discount, what the value add that you as an investor bring to the table. So it can be selling at their own timeline. Again, if they need more time, you can be flexible. If they need to close quick, you can offer this service. Number two, you're gonna buy in as-is condition, meaning that they don't need to do any repairs to the property or anything like that. You're gonna add convenience to the property. They can take only the things that they want with them when they leave the property and can leave all their stuff that they don't need behind. So this is just few examples on how you can add value to sellers, right? So sellers is #1. #2 is realtors. Realtors is also a great source of leads if they bring you pocket listings or if they bring you buyer to the table. If you have a deal under contract and you want to bring a buyer, realtors have great buyers. It can be either retail buyers if you're doing a wholesale deal, or if you're doing fix and flip, they have network of investors or whatnot. Realtors is a great way. So how can you add value to a realtor? You need to ask yourself a question, how you can add value to realtors. So I'll just write here, realtors. So realtors like us, what do they want? They want leads. And if they can get free leads, that's gonna be great. So as you probably know, we get most of our leads would want to sell at retail price. And this is when you can add value to a realtor. You can send all your retail leads to a realtor to work these leads and get some type of an agreement that they can give you a referral fee. And if you are not a licensed agent, maybe they can pay for some type of marketing on your behalf, or maybe they can give you access to the MLS. There's a lot of ways that realtors can bring value to you, whether comping a property, running a CMA, comparative market analysis, and things like that. So find a way how you can add value to a realtor. So bringing them leads is just one way. Another way is to be a buyer for pocket listings that they have, so they don't need to work very hard for that. They need to show the property once or twice, and you can make a decision, put it under contract, and then they're done with the property. They don't need to market it on the weekends. They don't need to coordinate bringing buyers to a property during COVID, which is super complicated. At least it was for me in California. And they don't need to do a full marketing package. They don't need to put a website to the property. They don't need to put together a brochure. They don't need to do a full disclosures documents, because when they sell for a full-blown MLS listing, there's a lot of paperwork involved. So if you can avoid and show a way to a realtor on how you can make the job easy and they can get a lot of money, that's the way that you can add value to a realtor. Not to mention that sometimes if they work with investors or wholesalers, they can get both sides of the commission, where they represent both the seller and the buyer. So realtors is also a great way. Learn how to add value to a realtor. Next is gonna be local wholesalers. Okay? Especially if you are a virtual wholesaler, you want to learn how to add value to local wholesalers. And how can you add, again, I did a lot of deals with local wholesalers. I was the virtual guy. And what wholesalers want, a lot of the wholesalers, not most of the wholesalers, always wants more leads. And they like leads, especially when they don't need to pay for it. So one way that you can do it, you can pay for all the marketing efforts, and you can hand the lead after you're doing a very basic screening. You can hand the lead to a person on the ground that will go and meet the sellers, will go evaluate the property, and will sell the property to their buyers list. So you don't need to create all of this and put together a huge buyers list campaigns. You will split the work where you're gonna generate the leads. This is the value add that you're gonna bring to the table, and the local wholesalers will bring it to the finish line. So a great way to add value to a local wholesalers, and I highly recommend, especially if you're starting out, to partner and JV on your first few deals when you're doing in a virtual market with a local wholesaler. So local wholesalers, again, learn how to add value to local wholesalers. Next, property managers, especially when you work in virtual markets. I teach my coaching students to go to cash flow markets. Why? Because there's a lot of buyers that buy and holds. There's a lot of turnkey companies that sell to out-of-state investors for cash flow. And also there's a lot of fix and flip guys like in any other market. So you will see a lot of property managers in cash flow markets for the exact same reason that I mentioned. And property managers can be a great way for you to bring you leads, because they may work with tired landlords that don't want to own properties anymore. Maybe they experience bad tenants, evictions, property is not cash flowing anymore, and they just want to be out of this landlording business. So if you have good relationship with a property manager, they can bring you leads that you can convert to deals. So how you can add value to a property manager. So property managers always look for new clients, and the new clients might be your potential buyer from out of state. Out-of-state buyers, especially when you work in cash flow markets, will be a great source of leads, of buyers. So if you can put together and work with a local property manager, when you're gonna bring the buyer, you're gonna bring the property, that's gonna be a great value for a property manager, because all property management companies have the maintenance crew and they need to keep them busy. So you can send their maintenance crew to evaluate the property, and if you find a buyer to the deal and recommend the property management company, the property management will get the work, they will renovate and get the property rent ready, and they will also manage the property for the out-of-state investor, and they will get recurring revenues when they will manage the property. So another great way, this is just few ways on how you can add value in the market. If you think always on how can you add value to any of these guys, you will be successful in this business, because all of your marketing messages should be around adding value to these people, because every person will ask when they're dealing with you what is in it for them. And you need to show them how you can add value to them. Otherwise, they will just cross you from the list. They will never pay attention to your emails and your phone calls and your text messages. And before you know it, you're just gonna burn relationship. So always lead with value first. Show them how you can add value to their business by giving them leads, business, increasing the revenues, just to name a few. If you're working with the sellers, how you can make their life easy, how you can be flexible on the timeline, how you can pay them cash, how it can be quick closing, how you can buy as is. This is just few ideas. So take this, let me know what you do to add value to your network. And if you like this video, please let me know. I would love to know what kind of tips that you have to add value to your network. Thank you and have a great day.